Thank you very much, Mr. Cole. And now for the address to declare the 60th General Assembly open. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome the Honorable Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed.
The Honorable Member, as of representatives here present, the Chairman, Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria, the Vice Chairman, the Director General of the National Broadcasting Commission, the Acting Chairman of the FCC, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you permit me please to start on already established this protocol. Let me start by thanking the organizers of this 68th General Assembly of the Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria for inviting me as the special guest of honor and also to declare the Assembly open. In view of this, I say this because yours is a very powerful platform, considering the area of broadcast media personalities present here today. In view of this, I intend to dwell on an issue that is key to the survival of our country and its citizens, an issue that touches you and I directly, an issue that has a direct bearing on the quality of our lives, an issue that if we fail to tackle decisively, it will kill us as a country. I'm talking of the issue of corruption, which happily is the theme of this meet today. Without mincing words, let me use this platform to appeal directly to the media in general to join this administration in facing down the problem of corruption. As we have said times without number, this fight must not be seen as Buhari's fight alone. It must not be seen as the federal government's fight. It is our fight. If we fail to win by defeating corruption, it will simply overwhelm us as a nation. This appeal to the media to join us in the fight against corruption is born out of the fact that the fourth estate of the realm cannot afford to sit down on the fence as far as this fight is concerned. We are not saying that the media should not criticize us over our strategy for the fight, but they should stop mocking us. In recent times, it is not unusual to read such headlines as Buhari's government losing anti-corruption war. Buhari's anti-corruption war is failing. Aliwa youths knock President Buhari over failing anti-corruption war. This is sheer mockery, not reporting. And this war is not Buhari's war. It is our war. Make no mistake about it. Of all the three broad issues that we campaigned with, revamping the economy, fighting corruption, and tackling security, the toughest is the war against corruption. Why? Because fighting corruption anywhere in the world is like walking a lonely road. While many will join hands with you to tackle security or to revamp the economy, you're on your own when you take on corruption. Most Nigerians were direct beneficiaries of corruption, hence the resistance. Many were subsidized by corruption. Now that the gravy train of corruption is fast derailing, many are finding it difficult to come to terms with it. That is the origin of the Bring Back Corruption campaign being carried out by certain elements in our society. When the media is not fully on board, the fight against corruption becomes tougher. When the media seizes on every setback we suffer prosecuting this war, they give succor to the corrupt. When the media falls for the distraction tactics of those who are mortally afraid of this war, they weaken the battle. How many newspapers, for instance, have written strong editorials in support of this war? How many bond members have donated airtime for jingles against corruption? Many will ask, why must we join the government in this fight? Well, the answer is simple. We are where we are today because of corruption. Hierarchical power supply, poorly equipped hospitals, lack of motorable roads, poor quality of life, poor economy, lack of jobs, insecurity, just name it, are all because of corruption. After previous administrations spent billions of dollars on power, all we inherited when we took over on the 29th of May 2015 was a mere 2,690 megawatts of power. That was due to corruption. After previous governments budgeted billions of naira for roads over the years, what we inherited are death traps. That is due to corruption. Why did Boko Haram thrive for so long? The answer is corruption. Because money meant for the purchase of weapons, for the military, and for their welfare was simply diverted. Why do we inherit an economy in dire straits? It's corruption. For a country that sold oil at over $100 per barrel for years, we simply failed to save for the rainy day. And when the rain came, it beat us silly. But I'm not here to lament. Far from it. Thanks to the leadership provided by the president, we are winning the war against corruption. Yes, corruption is fighting back, and furiously too. But it cannot match the courage, determination, and the commitment of this administration, nor can it dampen the leadership of President Mohammed Buhari. It does not matter what you say. You may not like him, but nobody can say Mr. President is corrupt. His impeccable and legendary integrity puts him in a good stead to lead the war against corruption. For our efforts so far, we have so much to showcase. Because we are tackling corruption, we have succeeded in raising power generation from 2,690 to an all-time high of 7,001 megawatts. Because we are tackling corruption, we are saving 25 billion naira monthly by cutting unnecessary allowances of officials. Because our war against corruption is working, we have added an extra $500 million to our sovereign wealth fund that stagnated at the $1 billion that was used to set it up. We have raised our foreign reserves from $23 billion to $35 billion in 1 year. We stopped the payment of phantom subsidy of between 800 billion and 1.3 trillion naira, yet petroleum products are available at competitive prices. There are more gains from our fight against corruption. We recovered at least $43 million and 56 houses from just one government official. We have recovered $2.9 billion from looters so far. Our whistleblowing policy has led to the recovery of $151 million and $8 billion in looted funds from just 3 sources. Thanks to the sincere and full implementation of the Treasury single accounts, 3 trillion naira, almost half of the estimated revenue in the 2018 budget, has accrued to government. With the elimination of thousands of ghost workers, we've saved 120 billion naira. We have eliminated 108 billion naira in maintenance fees payable to banks pre-TSA. We took Nigeria out of recession without retrenching one single worker, even when oil prices were very low. Though we earned 60% less revenue, we were able to give bailouts to states many times over so that they can pay salaries and pension. while providing 1.3 trillion for capital expenditure, the largest amount for capital in the nation's history. We've achieved all this and more without having all the stakeholders fully on board in the fight against corruption. Imagine how far we would have gone if all hands had been on deck. That is why we are appealing to the media. We need allies, not antagonists. We need those who will offer constructive criticisms, not those who will mock us. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, no administration in the history of this country has exhibited the kind of courage to fight corruption that this administration has shown. We are aware that reformist governments are never popular anywhere, but we would rather rid our country of corruption than to call it cheap popularity by throwing money at every issue in the name of settlement. We are aware that corruption has continued to rear its ugly head, even in countries with death penalty for corruption, like China. But we are proud to have driven corruption under the table in just 2 years. We urge you to join us today. Our lives depend on this fight. Before I close my address, I will simply make allusion to issues raised by the chairman of BON in regard to the DSO. I want to assure you that the DSO would take everybody, take into consideration the interest of every key player. And I'm happy to announce that even before his address, we've agreed to meet with BON on this particular issue, I think at 2 p.m. tomorrow. I'm also aware that despite the cacophony of voices you've had, in respect of DSO, we are resolving all the issues. The DG NCC has met with all the stakeholders. Is still meeting. Sorry, NCC, yes. Sorry, sorry, I want you to combine both. The DG NBC has met with all the stakeholders, and he's also told me that he's going to meet on Wednesday, I think, with the broad section of all the stakeholders. We are committed to DSO, and I can assure you that your support will not derail. I thank you for your very kind attention, and it's therefore my pleasure and privilege to declare this assembly open and to wish you a very fruitful deliberation. Thank you very much.